Hey, it's your host, Kayla and welcome to Being My Own Friend, a podcast where we'll learn ourselves, love ourselves, but most importantly, be our own friend. So we are back with our official first episode of Being Our Own Friend, and I got a lot of feedback and support for my intro episode from both friends and family, and I just want to start out by thanking everybody from the bottom of my heart because it means so much to me and it's greatly appreciated. Not only that y'all went into the time out of y'all day to listen to it, even though it was only like 45 minutes, it's still something that you didn't have to do. And then y'all came back and gave me your feedback on it. So it let me know that you liked it and what you wanted to hear more from me. So I really appreciate that. So as far as our first intro episode, I had some people come back and tell me that although that intro episode was great and they loved it, that it let them know what the podcast itself was going to be about, but it did not show much of my own personality as a host, which they want to see more of. And I completely agree. I think that y'all should know a little bit more about who y'all listening to because that just makes sense. But I think I was more focused on just getting out the point of the podcast and making sure that was clear. So this episode is going to be about me, the host, Kayla Day Sue. So we're going to title this episode Get to Know Me, Kayla, because my name is Kayla. You get it? So, I'm not sure where to start or how long this episode is going to be or where I want to go with this. I did write down some notes and I'm looking at them right down on my computer just so I can kind of somewhat of stay on track and make sure I hit some key points in my life that I think y'all would be interested in and that'll add some humor to the episode so we're not just sitting here talking to each other. Well, y'all not talking back. But so I'm not just sitting here talking to y'all and boring y'all because I do want this episode to be a bit longer than the last one. So first off, I think we're going to just get into it and start with where I was born and raised. So I am from Gastonia, the gas house. You know, we love to call it that, or y'all might not know because people love to act like they don't know where Gastonia is. Like, come on. Have y'all ever looked at a map? Well, never mind. Anyways, I personally love it here. I mean, should I say love? Yeah, I love Gastonia. I know a lot of people that are from here, they like don't really mess with it. They like, I can't wait till I fully grow up and I'm able to leave Gastonia and I'm never coming back. And I mean, I get it because every town, city, state, whatever has its own problems. And a lot of people, places that they grow up, is what they're used to. It's what they are comfortable with. So it's exciting to go out and venture the world and see different places because it's not what you're used to. So of course, things over there are going to look better, going to look more fun, going to look like a better experience because it's something that you don't know. You're not really sure what you're walking into, and that can be scary, but it also can be very exciting. So I understand where people are coming from when they're saying that, but me personally, I rocks with Gastonia. Like you can ask anybody around me, like I rocks with the gas house, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Like this is where I was raised. This is where I was born. This is really all I know. I haven't really been out of the country. Why am I saying really? I haven't been out of the country at all. I've been out of Gastonia. I've been out of the state and everything, but like this is me. Gastonia is me. This is where my family is. Not all of my family lives in Gastonia, but most of them do, or they're in the surrounding areas, like within an hour or 30 minutes from me. And me, I'm very family oriented. So I like to be close to my family. I don't think I ever want to be in a space where I'm more than like 30, 45 minutes from my family, especially like my mom and my sisters. Like, they're my backbone. Like, I don't want to be, I know you can pick up a phone and you can call somebody, but that's different than seeing somebody in person, hugging somebody in person, just being around that person. I don't want it to be an emergency and I'm too far away and I can't come back home or I gotta drive 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Like no. I want to be close. So me personally, yeah, eventually I may up and leave from Gastonia, but I don't want to be too far. And I have no problem with being here right now. So as far as me growing up, I lived with my beautiful mother, love you, and my two older sisters. My mom and my dad, they did split or whatever. They weren't together when I was growing up, but my dad did make sure to come down here often. He only lives a few hours away, maybe like I think like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So he made sure that he came down and visited all the time. He took me on vacations. He made sure I seen his side of the family. So we also had a very close relationship growing up. As far as my mom and my sisters, I mean, of course, that was like tight. Like we grew up together. And my mom, she had us when she was a little bit younger. I would say it's like the normal age that people are having kids. Not gonna put her business out there, but our age gaps between me and my sisters and like my mom is it's not like super duper far. Like I know growing up, a lot of my friends, their parents were like a lot older than my mom. So I guess you can say in the case I had like the younger mom of the group. But I personally love the age gap that I have between my mom. Like we can relate to the same things. Like, don't get me wrong, she made sure to let me know that she wasn't my little friend when we was growing up, but she's definitely my little friend now. So I'm not really sure what she got to say about that. But our bond is like so close. Like how close we are, I think sometimes it shocks people because I know when I first went to college, I was only like 30 minutes from my two older sisters because I went to Winston-Salem State University, and at the time they both went to A&T, which is like Greensboro and Winston, 30 minutes apart, but like we FaceTime every day. We were on the phone with our mom every day, and I remember my roommates were like, "You talk to your mom and your sisters every day? Like it seemed like you always talking to them." And I'm like, "You don't? Like what? Like girl, huh? Like these are my best friends. Why would I not talk to them every day? I need to know what's going on with them. I need to make sure they're okay. Like we got each other's locations. Like well, most importantly, I don't play. I looks at the locations, baby. I will zoom in and see the exact point that you are at. Now that may make me sound crazy, but it's coming from the heart. Like I think they know I care. Like I need to make sure you're okay, so I'm okay. But yeah, me and my mom, we don't have that big of an age gap. Me and my sisters, we don't either. I want them to be close in age. I would prefer not to just have one child. If I'm blessed to have the opportunity, I would like for my kid to have siblings because the bond that I have with my sisters is just something that I can't explain. If you have siblings, if you're close with your siblings, I think you understand like the bond that you create with them is incredible. Like they have your back like no other. So that's something that I definitely want to have my children experience. Let's see. I did grow up in church. I stayed with my grandparents a lot of the time, so we went to their church all the time. And that's an episode and something I want to get into later on a little bit more. But yeah, I went to church a lot when I was a kid. It was like Sunday school, revivals, church. What was it? Early in the morning. I don't remember what time it is. Little frilly socks. You wake up, your grandma put you in the bathtub, oil your body up, go to church. You better not fall asleep in church or you're going straight to bed when you get home. Like, yeah, it was all that. But something else about me, I've always been that like outgoing life of the party kid. I loved music, dancing, singing. I even was creating like little digital media videos because my dad bought me it was like I think the first iPad Apple tablet that came out. I was probably like 10 years old and he had got that for me. And I had this little app, I think it was called like Video Star, and I was making like legit mini music videos on that thing. Like, don't play with me. I want to open that iPad up and charge it so I can get them videos off of there because let me tell you something. That's money. That's money right there. That was amazing. For the age that I was, like I was editing, I was cutting clips, I was doing different scenes, changing outfits, like really had dance routines. Like really don't play with me. Like I was I was really Tiana Taylor in there. Well, I had like all of the Just Dance games on the Wii. We had the Michael Jackson Wii Experience game. It came with the glittery glove and the sock. Tapping that foot. We knew all the dance. Like I still love that game. If I'm able to find it, like I would buy it again and I would still play those games to this day. Like my sister just found a Wii at one of them little game stores and she brought it down here a little bit ago. And when I tell you we was going to town on that Wii, like we meant business on that Wii. It was not a game, even though it was a game. It wasn't. It was serious, and that's something like I loved about my childhood. My mom and people around us, they made sure that what we wanted, basically, we had. I had a great childhood. My mom let me and my sisters express ourselves fully, and when I say fully and freely, like we still didn't do nothing crazy or nothing. Like for instance, anybody around my age, I'm 24 years old. So when I don't remember what year Willow Smith came out with my hair, but baby, you couldn't tell me I wasn't Willow Smith. My mama even let me get. I had some. Ooh, I remember I was going to. I think I was going from fifth grade to sixth grade because we had our little like sixth grade orientation. And over the summer, my mama let me get some like really long, like they was probably like to my butt or past my butt, some really long Willow Smith braids. Like they had different colors in them and everything. I was whipping my hair. Like I was really that girl. And I remember going to my sixth grade orientation when everybody wanted to be my friend. They was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I was like, yes. Willow Smith is in Gastonia. Like, come on now. Like instances like that, like my mom let us express ourselves. I even when Nicki Minaj came out, me and my middle sister, we were like the hugest fans of Nicki Minaj. Like I don't really listen to her music now, but back then when Nicki Minaj first came out, like yeah, I was a barb and you couldn't tell me nothing about it. I even had like the Barbie earrings and the Barbie necklace. Like, yes, this made me sound like I was like ghetto and ratchet, but I was a kid. Like I was having fun, and my mom let us do that. Like she let us be a kid. She let us express ourselves, and I think that allowed us to grow up and be the women that we are today. Like we have our own personality, we have our own identity, and nobody can take that from us. Like we express ourselves and we stand on that and we hold our own. Like yes, this is who I am. There's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. I love me. So I really appreciate my mom for that because she really let us be who we wanted to be freely and she accepted us. Let's see. Back to me being that girl. We had school dances when I was in the sixth grade, like every Friday. And I mean, I must say, I was the life of the party. Like me and my friend group, we would be in the front. Don't let super bass come on. We was at the front, like we knew the choreography to the dance, and we up there, boom, 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 bass. You got that super bass. Like everybody knew to get out the way when that song came on because Michaela and her crew are coming through to the front to set it off. And y'all, I used to get in so much trouble. Like I had to be good throughout the whole school week so that I could even go to the school dance on Friday. And for some reason, I would always get in trouble. Like I would always do something. I would wake up and pray to the Lord and be like, Lord, please don't let me do nothing to get in trouble today. And what would I do? Get in trouble. Like I remember it was one time that it had to be like I think a couple hours before the school dance. I got out of school and probably like a lot of other kids, me and my sister, my middle sister, we shared a room and we were not allowed to paint our nails in our room because of course you're gonna spill it and make a mess. But me being, the youngest child, I decided that I was gonna paint my toes and my nails before I went to the school dance because how am I gonna be up there dancing super bass being Nicki Minaj and my nails and my toes not painted. So I started doing it and I must have like spilled some of the polish in the carpet and I was like, dang, like the school dance in a couple hours, like my mama cannot see this or I'm gonna get in trouble and I'm not gonna be able to go. So I was like, I just need to hide it until after or never. If she never see it, that's perfectly fine too. And I can go to the dance and come back and then she can find out and I can get in trouble. So I think first I tried to put like a little rug over it and I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work because as soon as you walked in the room, baby, you could smell the nail polish. Like if y'all know you open a nail polish bottle in your room, yeah, fumes is on 10,000. So I was like, no, like I gotta get this up out the carpet. So being the bright, I probably was like, I don't know, however old you are in sixth grade, like 11, 12 years old. I was like, if nail polish remover gets the fingernail polish off my fingernails and my toenails, why would it not get it out the carpet? Like, I was like, boom, like, you a genius. So I go to pour the nail polish remover on the stain on the carpet. Baby, why it started smoking? Like, it started like smoking. I don't know if it was the chemical reaction or what, but baby, it started smoking and it was like, I guess about to catch on fire or something. I was like, oh my gosh. So me, I don't know what made me. I got a screwdriver. I'm not really sure what was going on in my brain. I think I don't know, maybe I was digging at the carpet. I don't know what I was doing. In the midst of all this, either my mama walked in with me doing this or something happened. More of the story is she found out, and baby, I did not get to go to that dance on that Friday, and I know everybody was just miserable without me there. But like that's just an instance of me doing stuff. Like when I was growing up, I would get in trouble all the time. Like it was one time we was in a grocery store just shopping, and I looked at my mama, and I was like, I asked her, "What's this huge number?" So like this really big number, 5,678, something. I was like, "What's that number times zero?" And you know, if you thinking, you like, clearly it's zero. But she was grocery shopping. She was being a parent. She was like, okay, my daughter just talking. So she was like, I don't know, or something, and kept walking. Y'all, I had the nerve to look at this woman and tell her, after she probably been at work all day, fending for me and my sisters, making sure that we have food on the table. I had the nerve to look at this lady and say, girl, it's zero. Duh. Should have had a V8. And y'all, I didn't slap her, but I like hit her in the middle of her forehead. Oh, baby, I got towed up in that grocery store. When I say I got towed up in that grocery store, I got towed up in that grocery store. And honestly, I deserved it. So it is what it is. Like, it's funny now, but looking back, that was not funny. And yeah, I really needed my tail whooped, which I did get it. So, let's now get into like elementary school through high school. I had all the same friends from probably fourth, fifth grade, all the way up until I graduated high school in 12th grade. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. We all rode the same bus to school. So I think that's part of the reason why I'm probably like not hanging out with people now because maybe I don't know how to make friends. Maybe that's the issue because I never really had to. I had all the same friends from fourth grade to 12th grade. So why did I need to make new friends? And I don't mean like two or three. No, like we had a group. Like it was a group of us, and we, for the most part, stayed together that entire time. Now we don't really talk to each other. We're all kind of separated because we're grown and we do our own thing. Like we tell each other happy birthday here and there, follow each other on social media and stuff, but we're not as close as we used to be, which is expected. Um, I was in activities all through elementary and high school. I did Girls on the Run. I danced for my church. I sung on the church choir. I ran track. I cheered from like 8th grade to 12th grade. So I was a child that was active. Like I was moving. I was on the move. I always had to be doing something. Like I was running my mama's pockets up, baby. Cause I think I got lucky because my older sisters they didn't really do none of that. So I was able to do all that because they didn't. From a little kid, I loved Disney, Disney movies, Disney songs, Disney Channel originals, all of that. And I still do now. Like I have Disney Plus on my TV and baby, I love it. Like one day that's one of my life dreams to go to Disney. Like I need to go before I have kids because like yeah, I want them to enjoy it, but I want to enjoy it. Like I want to be a kid at Disney and I want the full experience. I want the whatever it's called Disney Resort. Like I want the full access pass. I don't really do roller coasters and all that, but like I want the full Disney experience. Do you hear me? But that's enough of that. That's pretty much like my childhood. We won't get too much into it, but like it was lit. Like I had the best childhood in my opinion. As far as once I got to 12th grade, I wanted to graduate high school so bad. And baby, I don't know why. Like, why did we want to grow up so bad? Why did we want to be out in this world, this crazy world so bad? Because no, it's really not it. And after I graduated, it hit me like, what is this? What is this that I asked for? What is this that I'm walking into? Like, I had already told my mama in 11th grade, like, I don't think college is for me. Like, I don't think I want to go. And it wasn't that I don't think I could do it or I didn't think I could do it because I made great grades. Like, I was an A B plus student all through high school. I probably got a C, I think, one time. I graduated, I think, with a 4.0 in high schools, something like that. What you call it? I wasn't valedictorian or nothing like that, but summa cum laude, whatever they call it. I had all the chords, baby. I was doing it. Okay, so I knew that I could accomplish college. It would be nothing for me, but my social media was dying. I was like, because in my head, people was going to college to party for the college experience, which I get, but no, like I wasn't interested in that. Never been interested in like the partying and hanging out and doing all that. I'm more of a sit at home, watch a movie, relax type of girl. So I am gonna have like an episode on my full college experience because baby, was it an experience? Yes. But as far as that, college really hit me. It hit me hard. Those I ended up graduating in 3 years, and those 3 years it was rough. College college was kind of hard. Not even academically. It wasn't hard at all. It wasn't. It was more of like a mental thing. College really took a mental toll on me, and it helped me realize that like you really have to live life for yourself because at the end of the day I think I went to college for a lot of the wrong reasons, which I'll get into more in that episode. But more of the story is I feel like I more so went to college for the people around me because I wanted to accomplish it and let them know that I wanted them to be proud of me at the end of the day. But like it took a mental toll on me. I am appreciative of the experience because I did learn a lot of great things from it. And at the end of the day, I got my degree out of it. So I have something to fall back on. At the end of the day, that's always something great. But like it took a mental toll on me. And it was a lot. But I will say after college, I remember like my graduation leading up to it and my graduation day. Like that was one of the best days of my life. Like I felt so accomplished. I was like, you did it. Cause like it took me through the mud. It drug me through the mud. And I was like, you really did it. Like at the end of the day, you picked yourself up and you made it through these not even 4 years. Like you graduated in 3 years. No summers off. Like you did that. So I would say that was a huge accomplishment for me. That was probably my first biggest accomplishment. Even though I graduated high school, to me that was given. Like you're going to graduate high school. But college, I did not know if I was going to finish that. It was a point in my life where I was like, I'm not going to graduate college. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this. And the fact that I was able to do it, not only completed at the top of my, whatever you call it, my class or whatever, but like I did it in 3 years. Like, come on now. So that was amazing. After college, I was excited. I was like, what does life have for me? I moved back home. I got my first big girl job. I was a manager. Um, I was loving it until I realized that management is a no-no. At least for me, management is a no-no. And for some people it might be for them, but for me it's not. But I will say that first, I guess you say big girl job, it taught me a lot. I was able to buy my first car, my dream car at that. Like I bought a Jeep Wrangler at the age of, let's see, I bought my Jeep at the end of 22. So I was 23 years old when I bought my first car all by myself, like with my name on it, fully leased, finance, whatever you want to call it, by me, no help from my parents, fully paid for by me. I built my credit. I really, I really did that. Like I bought my first car when I was 23 years old. And I think I kind of rushed into it because I really wanted the car and I had a lot of people around me telling me, you can't get that. You're not going to be able to get that. So what did I do? I went and got it. So I feel like I kind of rushed into getting it because I got a 2-door instead of a 4-door. And look at us now, a year, almost 2 years later, I ended up trading that car in for the car that I have now, which I must say I absolutely love. I have a Kia and I love that car to death. But it just shows me that, I mean, I'm 24 years old. I'm on my second car that I've bought by myself. I've moved out of my mom's house. I'm currently rooming with my sister. Like, I'm doing the thing. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I'm doing it on my own. Like, I have the support of my mom and my sisters and other family members. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm proud of myself. Like, I'm really doing this thing called life. And sometimes it does get hard, yes, but I'm waking up and I'm figuring it out every day with the help of God, of course, because I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things in my life without him. But I put hard work in as well, and I'm very proud of myself. And I'm saying this out loud to y'all, so hopefully y'all can reflect on y'all life and realize where y'all at and realize that you should be proud of yourself as well. But I'm saying it out loud because I need to hear it for myself as well. Like, you did it, you're still doing it, and you're going to continue to do it. So be proud of yourself. Like, be proud of yourself. There's a lot of people that aren't where you are today, and if you didn't make some of the sacrifices and the hard decisions that you did, you wouldn't be where you're at right now. And you might not be where you want to be right now, but just think 5 years ago, you're exactly where you want to be, or you might be farther. Like, 5 years ago, that person looking at you probably wouldn't believe where you're at right now. I wouldn't have believed that I would be where I'm at right now. So I appreciate myself and I love myself for that because I worked hard. So this episode is almost 30 minutes long. Like, this is why I had to write down notes, because I be yapping. Once I get to yapping, I be yapping. But I really enjoyed talking to y'all. I really enjoyed this. It helped me kind of go back and remember some of the funny parts of my life, and kind of made me realize that, life is what you make it. Have fun, live a little. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this episode. Like I said, it's almost at 30 minutes and we don't want this to be too long. So I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. So y'all know the drill. Y'all can follow me on my social medias. My regular one is Kayla on all platforms. And as far as the podcast, I have Being My Own Friend, or you can search BMOF on Instagram only so far. But I have updated my Instagram bio. So in both my personal and the podcast Instagram, I have a link tree. That link tree has all of the available streaming platforms that you can listen to this podcast on. I know for sure it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Amazon Music, Spotify, and I have uploaded that intro episode onto YouTube. I'm working on getting this one onto YouTube as well, which my regular YouTube is just Kayla Day Sue. I do want to ask you guys if there's an option for you to rate the episode or leave a review on any of the platforms that you watch this podcast on or listen to this podcast on. Please do that for me. That lets me know how you guys feel about it, if you guys are liking it, what you guys want to hear more of. And it just makes me feel good that y'all can leave a review for me and let me know that y'all are enjoying it. So, I do want to tell y'all, I did come up with an outro for my podcast. I kind of was inspired by my stepdad. He is a pastor or a bishop, and he has like this outro that he does at the end of all of his services. So if you know, you know. Once you hear the outro, you'll see how it correlates, but we'll go ahead and get into it. So it's going to be, who's going to love you better than you? Exactly. So keep loving you, keep learning you, and most importantly, keep being your own friend. All right, y'all, that's my time. I'm your host, Kayla Day Sue. Be blessed. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you back on our next episode. Bye.